This is for Year 11 methods. We're going to look at exercise 11H, question number 11. Okay, so we've got another bacteria question. So it's increasing exponentially according to rule n equals a times b to the t. Okay, so that's the standard rule. Where the number of time, where the time t is measured in hours. This is important. You've got to be careful with what your units are. Okay, so your model is in particular units. So you've got to pay attention, to what units. When observation started, there are 1,000 bacteria. 5 hours later, there were 10,000 bacteria. So when observation started, so the initial value is 1,000 bacteria. So I know my A value was automatically 1,000. Okay. 5 hours later, there were 10,000 bacteria. Okay, so we need to figure out what our B value is, because I know that my N after 5 hours is 10,000. My A value is 1,000, and my B value, I don't know. I'm trying to calculate what B is. After 5 hours, we have 10,000 bacteria. So we're going to have to use our CAS to solve this. So 10,000 equals 1,000 times x to the power 5. Okay, and we're trying to solve for what x is. Interactive event solve. Okay, so x equals 1.584893. So b equals 1.584893. 192. Now the reason why I'm putting enough decimal places because I know I'm going to use this answer for further calculation. So these will be affected if what I've used here, what I've drawn from here, is not accurate enough. So if I use 3 decimal places, you're going to get all these answers wrong. Okay, so you've got to be really careful. Because it's a calculated question, you don't need to bother like having to retype that again and again and again. You can just copy and paste. So find to the nearest minute when 5,000 bacteria, there were 5,000 bacteria. Okay, so we're trying to solve for t when n equals 5,000. So when n equals 5,000, my a value is 1,000. My b value will just work out. So I'm just going to copy and paste this to the power of t, or x. So I'm going to solve for x, interactive and solve. Okay, you got to be really careful because it says find to the nearest minute. Okay, it's not hours, it's minutes. Remember, what we calculate, when we calculate t value, it's in hours. So we need to convert this into minutes. So how do I do this? Well, how many minutes are in an hour? 60. So we got 200. So it says to the nearest minute, so it's 210 minutes. 210 minutes. Find to the nearest minute when the number of bacteria exceeds 1 million. Okay, so similar question. When n is 1 million, what is the value of t? So we go 1,000 times my b value, which is that, to the power of t. To the power of t, which I'll put as x. So I'm going to select this. Interactive event solve. Okay, so to the nearest minute, exceed. Okay, so it's 50 hours, or 15 hours. So 15 hours, I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm going to times this by 60 to get the minutes. 900 minutes. Okay, so 900 minutes. How many bacteria would be there in 12 hours? So it's saying when t is 12, what is my n value? So I'm just going to copy and paste my equation. So instead of x, we want to change that to 12. So 2 on 1, 251189. So 2511 251189 bacteria after 12 hours. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how you solve these type of questions. Now, just be very careful to, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. Make sure when you're using this value as a calculation, make sure you have enough decimal places, because you don't want to affect or get the other answers wrong. So hopefully that helps.